yeah, the bush is here to stay. Hey YouTube, it's Leslie. Welcome back if you're not new here, and welcome if you are new. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos. So mostly to do with hair and beauty. Yeah, they tend to be quite short, but this one's going to be quite a chatty one. We're just talking about the fro and how this all happened, the whole transition story. So if you're interested, keep watching. So I actually didn't realise until I sat down to film this, but I've actually been natural for 2 years this month. And a lot of people get so confused because I used to be relaxed and then I was Texlaxed and now I'm natural. So they're like, what are you? So I am fully natural. It's been 2 years now. And yeah, what a difference 2 years makes. One thing I will say though about transitioning to natural hair and stuff is you might get to the end of your transition and you might not love your hair. I think it's totally normal, but I haven't heard a lot of people say it. Or at least the videos I was watching and the things I was watching when I was coming up towards the end of my transition was that people were feeling very liberated. They were very happy to have natural hair, and that's amazing, but that's not how I felt. I finished my transition and I was kind of on the fence still about my hair. I was on the fence the whole time I was during my transition. I was like, do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? Got to the end and I was just like, I don't like my hair like this. I grew up with pretty much chemically treated hair pretty much my whole life, or at least from a really young age, so I didn't know what my natural hair was like. I didn't understand it either. I didn't think it's what was beautiful, and especially not on me. I liked curly hair on other people, but always on me I was just like, who is this person? And it's because I was so used to seeing myself with straight hair or wavy or just anything but what it was naturally. I couldn't like it. I hated it. In fact, I hated it. I wasn't tempted to relax my hair because I was kind of like, well, this is my hair. I need to get over it, and it didn't happen overnight. I spent probably like a year hating my hair and wanting it to be different, wanting it to be more defined, wanting it to be looser, wanting it to be less bushy. I tucked it away constantly and I was just like, I hate my hair so much. Eventually, I realised, you know what, this is actually my issue. It's not my hair, it's me. After having my whole identity crisis, because I was like, I don't know who I am without straight hair, I realised, you know what, actually, this is who I am, this is my hair, and I just need to love it. Yeah, the bush is here to stay. And with transitioning, you kind of have two options. You either big chop or you long-term transition. And with the big chop, it's basically the quickest way you're going to get natural hair. You essentially shave off your hair or cut off whatever you've got that isn't natural, and that's where you start from and you're good to go. That option is amazing if you're you're so over your hair and like, cool, I want change, or you're good with short hair. Maybe if you've had natural hair before and you kind of know the rope. I would have done that if I wasn't totally scared of having really short hair. I love the idea of it and I want to shave my hair so much all the time. But yeah, I don't know if I could rock a short look. If you haven't had natural hair before, you have to deal with having a teeny weeny afro and how you're going to style it. You don't get much in the way of styling options. I mean, it is versatile in its own way, but yeah, it can be tricky to style. If you don't want to do that, you can long-term transition, which is what I did. And I did that for 18 months. I actually started my transition kind of like it was kind of me just like stretching my relaxer. I was like, I don't want chemicals on my hair. I want to try and not use heat either for a year and just let my hair just be free of chemicals for a bit, because my hair's been chemically treated since I was a very young child. And yeah, after 20 years of using chemicals, I was just like, you know what? My hair needs a break. I need a break. My scalp needs a break. The health impacts also with using relaxers and, being around that and what it can do to your body. But also, I knew I wasn't going to have relaxed hair for the rest of my life. There's no way I was going to be touching up my roots every few months for the rest of my life. I was just like, no, I'm done with that situation is when I got to the year point I felt like I didn't want to relax my hair, that I was like, okay, maybe I can do this, maybe I can move to having natural hair. And because I was Texlaxing, which is essentially using a relaxer to loosen your hair, but you don't do it so it's straight, you do it so your hair's still kind of textured. And because my hair was textured, I was kind of like, well, I kind of have curly hair already, and the last few times I'd done it, I hadn't left it on for very long at all, so I really only just loosened my hair a little bit. And I was like, how bad can it be having natural hair if I'm so used to kind of having a bit of texture anyway? I mean, it was really different, I was wrong, but I was more used to it than, say, if I'd gone like straight from relaxed hair. So I had that was helpful. The main issues you're gonna come up against is breakage. If you're anything like me and you had a lot of different textures on your head, just naturally, and then you also throw relaxer into the mix, and you have these, what they call line of demarcation. So it's where the curly hair meets the straight hair. That point is basically so fragile. So you have to do a lot to hydrate, you have to do a lot to strengthen it, so use protein, you have to balance that with moisture. You have to be really careful, because if you over protein, you can also cause breakage. And then when you're styling as well, you've got to be really careful that you're not over manipulating your hair and causing problems that way. So there's a lot to deal with when you are long-term transitioning. So it's not like an easy ride. You still have that difficulty of managing the textures. So it's whether you kind of have to weigh up how much you care about having long hair or not. I think that's what it really boils down to. And obviously having long hair was important to me, and yeah, I did it gradually, but by the end I was like, I'm sick of the rest of my hair. I don't think I had that much by the end. I think it was like this much, which sounds like a lot, that like I just pointed out and was like, actually that's quite a lot of hair. But by that time I had cut so much hair that was nothing. So I went back to having, I think I had armpit length hair when I was finally sort of fully natural. So I had quite a lot of hair to play with. And it was nice having that length of hair, because I was just like, okay, great, I've got a good starting point to kind of really understand my hair. In terms of styling with long-term transitioning, it's difficult, but you do have to work with the texture rather than against it. It's just easier, I promise you. Try and stay away from heat. I know it's tricky, but the more you use heat, the more you rely on it, and then the less you actually get to learn what your texture's like, and the more issues with breakage and damage that you end up getting. So it's actually easier if you just make your ends curly. So I'd use things like braid outs, twist outs. Sometimes I'd just put rollers just on my ends. By the end, I only had this much hair, so I would just put rollers on them, and that usually was enough, or I'd just twist them up on themselves. You can always rely on wigs or braids. There's stuff, there's so much you can do if you really don't want to style it. Just tuck it away, do a protective style. As long as it's not too tight, as long as you're still caring for your hair, that's absolutely fine. I used wigs, but I only did it for a few months on and off. And that did really help with the grow out stage, and it meant that I just got a bit of a break from my hair. But the good thing about, kind of consistently styling it and caring for it is that you get used to it, and you become more accustomed to life as a natural. And even if you've still got relaxed ends, I don't regret it. I don't want to go back to having relaxed hair. I'm not even tempted to straighten my hair. I'm pretty happy with my hair as it is. My relaxed hair was easier to manage, I'm not gonna lie, it was easier, and I did a lot to my relaxed hair. And yeah, I thought, no, there's no way I'll be doing more than this, and I am. The only difference is I don't really style my hair as much. I think I put a lot more effort in to make my hair straight, or to have like a nice blowout, or like rollers and stuff like that. And yeah, now I don't bother with all of that. The only thing I do is I put product in and hope for the best. Let me know if you have any questions. They don't just have to be hair related, anything you want to know. Let me know if you like this sort of format of video as well. I have the attention span of a gnat, so when I make videos I think of myself. I tend to make them short because I'm like, I don't have the patience to sit and watch a long video. But if you like a long format, I'm happy to sit and chat. Let me know, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.